Aisha said, I don't know what it fully like to be loved by someone. I have been fully loved by someone as a teen. I don't know what you're talking about, Aisha. You don't know who you're dealing with. They don't know what it feel like to fully be loved. They lie to themselves each and every day. Why put my trust in betrayal when I can see the spirit and the mindset, Aisha? And I know what it's like. I've been in love. This tattoo in my hand. We didn't hug each other. We didn't kiss each other in the cold. We didn't did stuff with each other. We didn't kiss each other in the cold. I know what it's like to be loved. I felt it. As a teen, I felt it. You don't know. You know nothing about me, Aisha. You know nothing about me. You got to know my history real well, Aisha. I do know what it felt to be loved. So I don't know what you're talking about. They don't know what it felt to be loved. They lie to themselves every day. Baby, you don't know who you coming with. You know, I was just telling my brother on the social media on my other platform, Buzzcast, that I got a person with a YouTube video out and he thinks something's wrong with him. And like they say on the White House, nothing's not wrong with you, something's wrong with them. Stop thinking there's something wrong with you and something wrong with the outside world, the businesses, and the people they put in charge. Learn how to focus on you. Nothing's not wrong with you. I've been loved. You know, I didn't have many women kiss this face, many relationships in my past. I've been loved. So you trying to come at me with love. I've been loved. They don't know what it's fully. They don't know what it's fully. So they lie for it. They have to lie to understand it. They have to lie. Look what they're doing right now. I should look what Houston I'm doing. Look at the lies they tell themselves. But a bitch being in a video because they need the money. They depend on the money, but not depend on their body and their spirit. They need the money, but they can't focus on their own money. What you ask for that? They can't focus on their own money, but they need the money, so they suck dry the people that manipulate them, and they love to be used by them because they thirsty for it, but they ain't thirsty for their own thirst of money. They don't know what it like to be humble for something and wait every Friday for a paycheck, baby. That's love. When I can, when I'm 14 and 15 years old, and I can go to my manager and say, hey, how you doing, Hubert? You come and get your check. And go chill with my friends at CC's Pizza. Go chill with them in Carrollton. Go hug my girlfriend. And we sneak a kiss. We kiss on the so. You know nothing about these things. They don't know what it like to be. So why they lying? And the corrupted government in the community, the government playing a part of the community. But don't do that when you're thirsty for money, but you ain't thirsty for being humble. What I mean, you thirsty for money, get money style the way you bet, baby, you would Junior Seller, baby legend. You're thirsty for money, but you ain't thirsty for being humble and elevating. You will never be at your top best when you sitting with these dumbasses and you thirsty for them. Just because they got a stack, you can't focus on your own brand. That's why you a victim as a woman, and they a victim because you can't focus on your own brand. You need them. Look what they doing, but you can't focus on your own brand. Women talking about having power, but they don't understand it. Once you cut, if models start cutting these niggas off and not accepting their money and just working on themselves, what did that mean? But look how you're thirsty for them, but you ain't thirsty for being humble. That's why you lose. That's why what's come up must go down sometime. I know about humble. I know what love means. But don't come at me and like I don't know what it means. I'm being humble right now and loving the things that I'm doing right now. But the agitators and the government and Governor Abbott that's participating with the agitators, and they participating with Houston. So, baby, don't tell me that I don't know what it is to be loved and I didn't been loved before. Y'all don't know nothing about my relationship with Sabina, other relationships before that. You know nothing about these things. But they allow manipulation and don't want to be humble, and they allow jealousy to get in the way because they spiritual side. Now, we talked about this on Live Me in 2019 when I talked about it in Atlanta, and I talked about this on Live Me. People's spiritual side not open. Why I can always have the keys to the universe at 14 and 15 years old and they can't open up, and a woman go against the grain. So if you're gonna talk about these things and talk about the concept of what you're trying to talk about, understand it. Look how they thirsty for them now. They thirsty for them. Look at them in Houston. They thirsty for them, but they can't be thirsty for being humble and be patient. Love is not lies and deception. Love is not cutting for a dumbass nigga that like to lie. Love is when you see the spiritual behavior of others. You blind, girl. All these women blind in here. But you can't see those things to understand it. They got a woman that posting a picture talking about a video up on TikTok saying, I don't want a nigga don't got no money. I don't want a woman that don't got no structure. They got no structure and mindset ain't right. That let me tell you one thing. When it don't say that, hold on one bitch, I don't want to be around that type of hoe. Because she a threat. She a threat. So when somebody, you got to know somebody from a threat, and that's your enemy that don't want to be saved, and they doing that video. So you keep those type of people away from you before either they repping a song, you keep them away from you. Because they a threat. They'll be with these conniving niggas, and you don't sleep with them, don't do none of that. Don't sleep with them because they're a threat. They're a threat to that. And that's what you got to realize, that to those things. Why sense the understanding and a combo behind what the things that keep doing. Right? So don't talk about you don't know what it like to be loved. I know what it's like to be loved. Don't tell me when I know what it's like to be loved. You don't know every day when I'm at somebody's house when I was a teen, I couldn't touch them, I couldn't kiss them when they crossed it from their parents. And we can only do it when we out in the cold, hugging each other and things, and you don't know how I feel. So we, as a thing, please, woman, don't throw your concept in your mind concept, because look at what's going on social media and the videos. Look at what's going on in Houston in the rap videos. So if you want to come to me, come to me. I don't want to deal with a woman that got no structure in the mindset. A woman that don't got no structure in her home, in the mindset of her mind, she a threat. She don't know which way to go. She's going from nigga to nigga, but she have no thing. And that's what you guys stay away from that. And you have to understand. Like, you got to understand with these things and the things that you're doing to get where you're trying to go, to understand it. But don't tell me I don't know what I feel to be loved, because I've been around it. Don't tell me that, and I know how I feel. When my workers, when I got jumped by jealousy of one of my friends, other friends, and my coworkers asked me, "But what's going on with you today? What happened?" They care about that. Grizz, everybody. So don't tell me I don't know what to feel to be loved, but y'all don't know what to feel to be humble. You're thirsty for something that you can't wait. And that's why when the time run out, your time always gonna run out. And my brother can show me a video with somebody, can show me a video of somebody, and he can talk about something's wrong with him, and you fighting you, but something's wrong with them. You gotta stop thinking something wrong with you, and something's wrong with them. And I had to take a step back. They thirsty, but they thirsty. They thirsty, but they not being humble. Humble is not enough. When I used to Denzel Washington's son, you make it too much noise. But they trying to deceive right now and confuse and act like they on my side. And they got that damn Travis Scott trying to put me in a situation that I have no. When I get on my social media, I talk to people about my ideas. I don't talk to people about nothing else. I don't do nothing else. I'm not talking about face-to-face violence. When I do FaceTime, we're gonna talk about the things that we like and the things, but they know. But Governor Abbott is a dishonest man with Donald Trump. Don't talk about things where dishonesty of fake love is being given, and dishonesty from a courtroom, from a president, and honesty from a government and a community that plays a part of a government. But I can go on the Justice Department and civil rights and read everything trying to get. What about God trust? Trump broke that trust. And Governor Abbott still broke that trust. So what you're trying to do, you're antagonizing and you're trying to cause a problem. And I just got to say the text for antagonizing of a Houston rapper. All of them in Houston with Dallas. So why would I sit up there and sit up there? Don't act like, come on, guys. Because I can say in my relationships, things would be so great with us men, Sabina, but I care what people think. And I was hurting because I listened to the mirror, and I feel like I should have went easy, and because they're all in my, and I don't the understanding of those things. Don't do that as a woman, because love is not deception shit for a coward for lies in the city, because you want fame. That's not cool. Love is not that. I don't want the fame. I don't need it from I don't need that from them. I didn't already had the fame already when I marched in Mardi Gras from New Orleans. I don't need that. I don't need those things. I didn't already have the fame when millions came and saw me, and I saw my face in the Superdome and people taking pictures of us marching in the parade. Baby, I don't need that. I know what fame look like. I know when millions that come and saw you in New Orleans. What makes that when I'm playing instrument? I'm in Boy Scouts. What play those things? But they don't know how to be humble. They thirsty for something, but they don't know how to be humble. Humble with passion, humble with desire, humble with focus, humble with determination. Humble. When you humble in all of those things, your growth expand. When you stay focused on your mentality, stay focused on your world and not others' world, you push that world. That's love. But a parent and everybody is not on the same subject. How can we understand those things to get it in those domains, to get it where we're trying to get? So you're trying to tell me about something about love and all of these things when they not giving, they got lies. A state attorney got lies, a community got lies, and they jealousy. I see the mindset, woman. I see the spirit of jealousy. God said you can't do that when the spirit is being sold in the mindset. You can't bring those type of things when I see deep into the spirit and the mindset, but I'm not judging the understanding. But I'm not judging the understanding. They don't know what to be humble. They don't know when to be humble. They don't know how to understand it. I'm gonna tell you, in my relationship, a woman never have to worry about me cheating. Cause you know why? She the only one that danced through my eyes. I cut my spiritual love off of people. My energy acts some type of way because my woman have that energy. You got to understand loyalty when I can feel like I'm on lithium when I'm in school, and I don't get the concept of that. When I'm walking home from school, when Demir and them is kissing somebody in the gym, and I can't wait to get home to see my girl after school and doing all of those things. But the concept on that one. So the thing is that the governor don't want to take their foot off the pedal, and Governor Abbott don't want to. He about to go to jail. He ain't about to sit there. That's why the Supreme Court is doing invest Donald Trump and none of them above the law. So when the Supreme Court get an order from the Supreme Court get an order to arrest Governor Abbott, because I've been in communication with a lot of people. So when things come, the heat come down on Governor Abbott, and Governor Abbott not going to be able to abuse it. A racist judge not going to be able to give him that. And not going to be able to give him that. So the question is this. If Governor Abbott and the state keep playing, everybody's going to be arrested, because you can't keep doing it. You can't keep doing it. So the question is you going to still abuse your power until the Supreme Court get an order to arrest everybody in the government of Houston? The Governor Abbott not above his power. That's why you got a temporary governor. You always got a support governor. That's why you got certain things. So at Monday, if I call the Supreme Court in the United States, I have talked to them. If I call them and I can tell them about everything I read on the United States Supreme Court, and for to execute this order, to get this order against Governor Abbott, to arrest Governor Abbott and everybody involved in the Texas music office, and it can't be no racism. It got to be the arrest of them for abuse of power and stealing as a Houston rapper and a Houston antagonistic and intimidating. So when God is trying to break something and a governor think he has the power, and you got to look at, if that don't happen, I got to look at the mindset at the judge. And that's going to have to exit those out. That's why I got other Supreme Courts in other states that can overpower the highest Supreme Court and overpower Texas. So once I get different mindsets involved in the behavior, and when I get different mindsets involved, and that's where we're going to have to go. We're going to have to go to Tennessee Supreme Court. We're going to have to go everywhere. So what I'm about to do, and I've been doing it. So I did the Texas Supreme Court. So I did the Tennessee. I did another state. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get different mindsets involved. And they're going to overpower Governor Abbott, because Governor Abbott only have so much power, him and his state and all of them that's involved. So when you get different mindsets involved to see your point of views and get different mindsets, they can overpower. So I got to realize what type of mindset the Supreme Court got and what type of mindset the state of Texas Supreme Court got to carry out that order. So if I know they're a threat, I got to ask them to be removed. And that's going to have to, if they're a threat, because the concept of the old governors and the old ways. So you gotta get somebody new mindset at the table to understand it. But if you got the same Texas Supreme Court and the same mindset that's in the same old world, how can you can see that? And the jury, it can be a problem too. That's why that's why the Supreme Court jury can be a problem. So that's why I have messaged the Supreme Court and filed the civil rights on the Supreme Court. And I had put the jury, that can be a big problem too, because of the mindsets of it. So I have to really understand what is going on here and how to get pick at different mindset that's involved. So when I was in Wildlife Court, I was able to pick a jury. So I'm going to have to exit certain Supreme judges out. And that's what it's going to have to be in this format. If this get taken either farther, if this get taken any farther, because Governor Abbott and his racist community don't want to take their foot off the gas, and people keep arguing with over there because of those things. Nobody wants to constantly do that when I'm trying to handle things. Ain't nobody not talking bad about the specifically, but people gotta realize what's going on around them and see the racism with disability and acknowledge that. Well, you have to acknowledge. Don't if you don't want to acknowledge that, no. So the problem is, where if I can pick at the mindset. So Monday we're gonna call it the United States jury, the lady, and try to get. Maybe I can get every state senators, every state Supreme Court to come to the United States and try to pick at the mindset, because the same old mindset is not going to get it. The same old behavior is not going to get. The old governors are not going to get it. And you only want to see your point of view. That's why we got the civil rights. So the deception that's going on to try to trick in the women and everybody involved, they're trying to play trickery with it for these dumb niggas, but they don't understand it. So the thing is this, can we understand it? To understand it. So the thing is this, it's like at the call center, I'm talking to every different people. I talk to good people, and we're talking to different mindsets at the call center. So to understand these things, to understand these things, you got to understand it. But don't throw the concept in like we understand, and we talk about love, and we talk about the concept of they don't know what to feel like to live, to be loved. You don't know what to feel like to be loved. When I want to wake up to my woman every morning, kiss her between her legs every morning. You know, the concept, but I thought this being when we was a teen, when we thought what we wanted is, like we wanted kids and how we was going to wake up to each other. The concept of what you're trying to understand, you're not pictured, but other teenagers can ask me about my relationships on here and ask you what you've been through. And Boosie continued to laugh. And they not putting him in jail. He continued to laugh and antagonism. It's to the point that they going to keep letting it go on. You know what I'm saying? And that they going to keep letting the lies go on and letting him go on with it. So if I tell a government to they can't keep doing it and they lie. Governor Abbott don't want to let go. And he given the Texas Music Office given to racism in the black community. We know racism on Mexicans and the rest of them. And they talking about they not racism, but you calling names with the black man. But look at what you're doing. Look at the concept that you're doing, the hatred that you're doing as a rapper. But a woman is sitting up in the video, and you got Trader Truth sitting up there with Black Lives Matter. But y'all saying things y'all don't supposed to say in the video, but y'all stand for something. But why y'all saying things y'all don't supposed to be saying, but Trader Truth and Bun B can sit up there and take a stand. But it's about seeing the truth out of the behavior of what's going on. You want to be down for something, but you can't be humble for something. Don't come to me when I've been humble. Don't come to me because all I did is be humble. Don't come to me when they want to live a lie and they fiending for this money, but they ain't fiending for humbleness to build their empire as a woman. So the question is, why throw those things at me? And the concept of that, I just got them for antagonism again. Antagonism as a governor and the Justice Department. I'm not out there. You're not gonna keep blowing me off and my lawyer antagonizing me, cause she doing some unprofessional things. So the more she wanna antagonize like she did in that courtroom, and the more they wanna take it. So if violence happen, don't make an excuse. Tell Governor Abbott, don't make an excuse. Don't sit up there like a coward as a governor and ask why this person he had a mental, your community spiritual aggression, and I talk about it. Don't do that like a coward, Governor Abbott. You're about to lose your job, man. Everybody in that senator office and that Justice Department, No, Trump want to sit up there for your profit. I tell him to stay away from me, man. But you want me to go out there in this community after they betray my trust and after the lying, he's smiling. I got him for lying. I got him from tatting and antagonism as a governor for his community. I got him for that. So when people like to antagonate as a governor and be dishonest with me as a governor and as a courtroom, and you steal for racism and you don't care, but you care about these people and their lives. Why? I'm reading a video with John F. Kennedy. When John F. Kennedy said, I'm going to make sure every American baby, this wasn't talking about white, but you need to catch up with them. He was talking about black too. So you needed to catch on to it because somebody don't say something. You need to catch on to it. But the situation is, how can we understand it? And they throwing the same concept. And they trying to disturb the justice. They tampering with justice. So when I go to the civil rights in this community in Houston, tampering with justice, what that mean? So let me tell you, Governor Abbott can't keep sitting there. So the question is, he cannot keep sitting there and play pot. They're going to have to remove him. So when the time that the heat keep coming on me, everybody that sit with Governor Abbott right now is going to lose their job. So more people is going to come in, is going to take everybody's place. So we got to when God can handle Governor Abbott and God can handle them, because it's to a point where people going to be removed. It doesn't matter the legislators. It doesn't matter if you got to replace everybody. You don't have to go from not impeachment until just the removal, because it's getting that serious. It's getting that serious. Really, I'm looking at how Governor Abbott can handle something. It like the call center, like to hang up. It's the behavior of y'all mindset. And I'm seeing it when another dude was running. I'm seeing it. How you act. This is how a call center acts. I called California Senator office. He hung up. That's where the call center get it from when they want to hang up in people's face. So if I call a California Senator office and he just hang up and be childish, what that means is a behavior. It's a behavior. It's a behavior here. But you're not going to keep delaying things, Governor Abbott. You and your Justice Department, because it gotta have other people that can step up and remove y'all. Even in the Justice Department. Come on, guys, step up to the plate and do what's right. And it's that same thing like I told the FBI. If Governor Abbott is doing stuff that he don't supposed to be doing as a governor and as a state government, and he doing stuff to force, and that's what he's doing as a Justice Department. It got to have somebody that can remove the Justice Department leaders and replace them. So it got to be somebody that can be the boss to step up. What new leaders we got in the position right now? What new leaders we got? What new leaders we got right now? Who can step up when it's time to replace the Justice Department leaders and the judges and Governor Abbott and everybody in that legislature? Who can step up to the plate? Because on Google it say you got to be 30 years old to be a senator, and that changed it to 18. And that changed it to 18 if you're going to talk about that. But the mindset got to be right. They just can't just be for certain people. They have to be for every culture and understand all walks of life and all walks of the understanding. But I say something, Governor Abbott. I told Governor Abbott, a vote don't mean nothing when the spirit ain't right. When the spirit ain't right. But you constantly throwing the concept of how everybody doing and Trump just because you wanted to build your voter. Why Donald Trump should not lose everything from stealing from Social Security? You tell me that. You tell me that. Why should not he lose? Why should not he lose for that? Tell God, why should not he lose? And why should not he pay all of that money back to Social Security? Why Trump should not pay that money that he stole? Because he races against disability. He did it for profit, not don't sit up there as a governor and you got your mindset as a governor, but y'all can sit up there in Capitol Hill and sit up there and act like y'all for disability. Stop when you played the card a prophet. And Trump showed his true colors. I see the spirit. I see the fakes, and I see the things that comes with it. So I see a guy right now that's sitting by 2 months ago. There's a guy. Why none of all of them can't be replaced? Why we can't get new Washington people that's in school right now to replace everybody that's sent by Governor Abbott? Right now, why now we can't ask for that? Why now I can't ask for everybody to be replaced? The old mindsets, the behavior of the mindset, the old covenants, the old ways of thinking. Why cannot that happen to understand it? But the people want it. So Trump can win with his vote, but I can win with my justice, but the community don't like it. So the difference between how those things are going, don't come at me to me about love when I know love. When I know understanding. Don't come up to me when I know passion and I know heart for the people that I love. But you'll never understand that. Because y'all so busy being thirsty for something and complaining. Love is when your heart drips for somebody and you can't understand it. And you can't hardly get out the bed and you got to ask God to just give you that to understand it. That's love to understand it. But when the chips come down and Governor Abbott been starting with the Justice Department, when I ask for the rest of the governor, because you're not going to like it if I just get my money. If I just get my money and get another lawyer, pay for a lawyer to take this to court and put all of my money into taking you down and making sure you don't have a job, Governor Abbott. And the legislators and everybody in there. Don't trick me, because I know how to talk to a lawyer. I know how to sit up there and get one. I know how to do all of that. I know how to ask a lawyer for what I want. So this fight that you have, it will be a stressful, and you will lose a lot of money. And he will end up in jail for a long time. He get no special privilege. But the community look up to him like he's something. But the kids, he want the kids, but the kids don't understand the principle of society behavior and racism of narcissists and black dictators and behaviors. But you don't understand that. But he said, but Governor Abbott said everybody have a chance to be successful. Not when they're trying to stop the mindset. When the dictators and the narcissists are trying to stop it, to understand it. But how can you understand it to get where you're trying to go? I can be patient all day. I'm a patient man, and I'm a humble. But I hated sometimes when me and my ex lover, wasn't on the same page because she was gone and manipulation was going on, and people were saying words. So and she don't understand. So the things between those things, it have to be the understanding in between that, right? To understand it. But why is sister complain for something that you can't understand? So why do those things and you have a problem with those things? Guys, my fame has already been there. And I'm going to tell you how my fame, I got memories from New Orleans. Mardi Gras, a million taking pictures of me and seeing me. So I don't want to be on a song. I don't want to be famous. Because fame has already been there. I didn't play cymbals. I didn't been in Boy Scouts. I didn't did a whole lot in New Orleans. I have did a whole lot of things. I have did a whole lot of things in my life. And when I have did a whole lot of things in my life, I gotta be happy and satisfied. Sabina don't want the fame. Sabina don't want. We wanted to be home with each other. But I gotta give people a chance to heal and find things because so much has been happening as a kid. But don't come up to me and ask me that I talk about I find love, and they don't know what it's like to be loved. So the question is, can we understand it? Can we understand it to get where we're trying to go? And guys, you don't even have to argue with nobody and do stuff with nobody. You don't even have to argue with nobody and do stuff with nobody. Because by the time I'm finished out there, I can be figuring out the civil rights and learning how to beat you. You think I have to sit out there with a crowd? Figure out how to beat you on a computer. So the concept that what you're talking about love, it's not the understanding of it. Because it makes me happy kissing on my woman every morning, kissing her between her, sitting between her legs. And I'm just talking about personal things. And we talking about it. But I don't need the concept of the behavior from everybody else in this nation and in this world. I don't need the concept of what democracy understanding. Nobody should be arguing. God should win at all times. God should win. Nobody should be arguing. God should win at all times. God is the main focus. When you put God, you don't argue over nothing. God is the main focus. We already believe. Why, when we believe in our God, why should we argue? When our God is right there, we believe God, and why should we go through court and progress? And God is our only thing. But y'all don't believe in the government. They don't believe. And women, certain women, because you haven't seen them. But you don't have to feel God. You're a myth, but you can find His Spirit. And if you find His Spirit, that can be the things of those things that you see, that the concept of those things is, right? So the understanding of those things to get where you're trying to go, to understand it. So the concept of why can we argue over something? And why would I argue over competing with somebody where I got all of my tablets and all of my stuff here and I have to stay focused? But when it comes to our government and when it comes to Social Security and a disability getting mistreated by a business, you should not go against somebody for that. That should be automatically on his side. And that's what Democrats and everybody in our government need to understand. The senators and Senator Ted need to understand we should not have to argue with no one. Get money, stop the way you pay, baby, you Junior Seller, baby, let's. Atlanta said this is your home too. Said the people in New York say this is your. I talked to different people, and like, don't forget this is your home. Like Bambi, like people in there. So the question is, just the concept that you're throwing at the concept. But our government and our community, our government don't know how to work on everybody's issue without control. And that's the biggest problem with that. When you start focusing on the control and focusing on how to help individuals, that's when our America and our government can get better. And that's the main thing. That's why you're gonna always lose. And Obama talking about we can't change. You stop the control and just figure out how to help to manage the situation. That can be the determination of how y'all mindset. But if your mindset, like I tell people, I went to the hospital when I was a kid, but I hate